Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm with Trell. We're getting a deck profile because we haven't done one of these in quite a while. And so, he's got an awesome deck for you guys. I'll let you do the honors.
The name of this deck is called Meta Murder on a Budget. First things first, it's not an awesome deck. It is literally just a deck because everybody that we all know likes to play meta. And even though I'm a meta player as well, I sometimes hate the meta. So this deck is specifically just to beat the meta because I am an asshole.
Can you tell us all about this mat?
This mat is awesome. For those of you who don't know, I just started playing the new 2014 Panini DBZ trading card game. And they had a tournament at our locals, and I actually got first undefeated with Orange Goku. So if any of you guys ever decide to check it out, it's really fun. Actually, it's a little more fun than Yu-Gi-Oh. But
shh, don't let him hear that.
I'm just saying, the game is fucking awesome. But as you guys see, I got this sweet ass mat for playing. So and it's really easy to learn too. I'm becoming really good at it. So
and he's single, ladies.
I'm not really. I'm not.
Anyway,
she'd kill you if she heard you say that. Anyway, on to the meta murder. And I'll give some small explanation. Most everything is self-explanatory, but you guys see. First, I got my girl, Traptrix Marmilio. I fucking love her. Of course, you know what she does. When she's normal something, she searches out the normal trap hole card. When she's special, she's an MST. I got to run in 3. She just helps with consistency of the deck. She lets me thin out the deck. 1600 base attack isn't bad because most monsters don't have huge attacks. So I pretty much, if they're gonna set, then she's a threat, and they pretty much have, especially Shaddolls, they have to summon and get over. Otherwise, they have to make a big play, or if they set, it's just too slow for them, and I can kind of set up on them. 3 Guavas. Once again, like I said, Aurelio, most monsters don't have high attacks, or they do a lot of setting. Guava kills a monster. It doesn't have to go to the graveyard, so as long as Guava kills something, I can bring another out. Once again, adds to consistency because I'm always thinning out my deck. So I got to play 3 of these. I thought about putting in a Velo, but I don't really care for its effect. But the 3 Guavas is just pretty much standard, just for, like I said, for consistency and deck thinning and the 1700 attack. My baby of the deck, Triple Banisher. I might trade one of these out just for the Banisher of the Light because they have the fat ass. But the Banishers are awesome because Shaddolls, Burning Abyss, everything that they even try to play goes out of play. Spells and traps included, especially that Fire Lake, so it has to go out of play. And they can't get it back with Dante or whatever. Like I said, all the monsters go out of play, so they don't get any effects or any of that bullshit. They got to play them in triples. They don't really help any consistency. But if I set this on board with an established back row, this thing is really hard to get around. 600 attack, just like the rest of them, just a pretty decent base attack for a level 3. So, got to run 3 of those. I like to draw into them more than not. 1 Thunder King, we already know why. No adding, inherent summon, plus 1900 attack, and plus it's sexy. Look at that shit. 1 Fox Dinah. Just because I don't like special summons, sometimes I'll summon this with an established back row. It'll live for days. I'll set it when my opponent thinks I don't have anything big enough to get around stuff and let them special all day, and I'll blow everything up. Just a one of, just because, it's not that big, but it's really good. And my favorite bitch in the deck, actually, my favorite is Grand Molio, because Grand Molio just says, whatever you are, I'm just going to pick your ass up. Just, you can be special summoned, you can't be targeted or whatever. Come back to the hand with me. Just like Grandma just says, you got to kill me or I'm just going to keep on annoying the fuck out you. So that's it for the monsters. On to the spells. Triple Duality. Like I said, consistency. I don't do a lot of special summoning in the deck, so Triple Duality never really hurts me. I always want to get to my good power cards early, which almost everything in the deck is a power card. So anything I get with Duality is going to be awesome. D-Fissure. Once again, I don't want you having graveyard. I don't want you being able to pitch anything to the grave unless it's a spell to trap. And if the only thing you can do is exceed at this point. But with Banish on the field and this, like, your graveyard is a moot point. I don't want them having the graveyard. I don't want graveyard effects. That's what this whole format is based around. So fuck all that. Raigeki isn't that good unless I got a Banisher or D-Fissure on field. So that's why I still play it, because even though it's really not that great, it's actually a subpar card in these current formats. With the way the deck is built, this card just becomes God because nothing hits the graveyard. They don't get any effects. Book of Moon, just because everybody plays Traps done. Gotta play Book of Moon. The 7th one, I just love this. This is like one of my favorite spell cards of the last few formats. Activate it, bring out a big bitch or whatever I choose to bring out. Use my 4500 attacker, get that on board with some established back row, and just swing for days. Really, really awesome. Double MST for those floodgate cards, anything that's like skill drain bullshit like that. Just random face ups that are in the way, or if I want to blind or change to something that needs to resolve. Obviously. And Double Night Beam. Once again, everybody's playing Trap Stuns, plus Burning Abyss play all their fucking They're traps that need to activate, and MST chain into it. Everything they play is chainable, so Night Beam just kind of force them to neg themselves if they're going to chain anything. So double Night Beam. That's it for the spells. Traps, pretty standard. Bottomless, double Nightmare, and Space Time or Time Space. This is my Murillo searchers. You know what all of them do. Just trying to keep monsters off the field and stop and trying to slow down on effects. Warning and Bottomless. Got to play those two, especially, I'm not Bottomless, but Warning and Compose. Compose is just too awesome in this format, so got to play that. I don't really care for Warning, but I'm sticking with monster removal, so got to play Warning. Double D Prison, double Mirror Force. Most decks just play triple D Prison, which is fine. I still like my double, but I also like my double Mirror Force because sometimes my opponent does get the swarm off on me, and they expect the D Prisons, but they never expect the Mirror Force, especially not in this format, so it's good to play both of them. I don't do a lot of specialists or vanities. So if I go with vanities and Banisher, it's fucking awesome because they're not really getting rid of vanities. They got to get rid of Banisher first, and I just kind of hold up on their ass. Double Breakthrough. Got to stop some effects. Vader kind of is dead in this deck since I don't really touch my graveyard. Breakthrough is much better, even if it gets banished because Banisher's on the field. It doesn't matter. He's already done his job, and I only use it when I really need it anyway. Main deck Soul Drain. Once again, this is meta hate, motherfuckers. So main deck Soul Drain. And then last but not least for the main deck, 2 Mind Crush. Everybody searches, everybody asks, everybody finds some way to put a card in their hand, and it becomes public knowledge to us, so you want to get that shit out and it mess up their big plays. That's it for the main deck. We're going to run through the extra deck real quick. Because even though we don't do a lot of special summoning, you have those opportunities where you're going to. You got Fortune Tune, Medquipped, Levier, and Alucard for your rank 3s. Mystroke, Diamond Dyer, Abyss Dweller, Black Ship, Castell, Exciting, 101, Corn Gorgon, that Lone Logia, and then of course you got the 2 big bitches of the extra deck. 4500 is just too good to get around, and it's a field negator, so it's really good. And I'm gonna give y'all the side deck real quick. Like I said, this is meta hate, so I'm fucking hating the meta. Double Light Mirror, Triple Dark, Triple Flying C. Do not try to exceed on my at all ever. That 30 MST. Blackhorn because it works against a lot of decks, including Pendulums. Deep Dark, Trap Hole, really good against fucking that window, that Construct, because Construct is just a bitch in general. It's just too big. I don't like it. Transmigration Prophecy. If they actually do have some cards in the graveyard that are a problem, or if I have some I want to reuse, activate that, put those cards back into the deck. So especially it works against like Burning Abyss and Shaddolls when they're trying to target another monster they want to come back to the hand or back to the field. Put that shit back in the deck. Then last but not least, double Monarch Stormforth and double Vanity's Fiend, just because everything's a special summon and this card doesn't target, so it's really, really badass. And that is the deck.
So, just a few quick questions. How do you feel about the Shaddolls and Burning Abyss matchup? Since I guess those are more or less the only things people have to worry about until like Qliphorts kind of get more time to be. The
decks are not undefeatable, but they're very linear decks in the plays they make, so you kind of expect them, but at the same time, even though you can expect them, sometimes they're hard to stop. Shaddolls, of course, we already know they're trying to get their big fusions out, and they're just trying to set up a decent board with mainly Constructs, because Window, even though it's decent, Window's not that great compared to Construct. And as far as Burning Abyss, that trap card, this just gave them so much more of a plus. It just gave them that many more outs to late game and early games and established boards. So like I say, the deck is linear. Both decks are linear, but they have really good plays that can put you in a bind if you don't have a way out of them. So that's pretty much what the whole point of this deck is, to just kind of stop effects and limit their options, even though they have plenty of them already.
All right. I guess that concludes the deck profile. I hope you guys really, really, really enjoyed this, and if you did, show that you did. But a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe for more great Yu-Gi-Oh videos.
And play Dragon Ball Z and win cool mats and shit.
It is nice. And that concludes the profile. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Trell. You're too old to be getting up like this.